Boom, boom, boom. Welcome back to another episode of the Jovial Pursuit Podcast. I'm your host, Jovi, with my co-host Brandon. How we doing, Brandon?
I'm tired, but I'm good. I'm
You were
about
tired
to.
last week too, bro.
Yeah, it got worse. It got worse, man. It got worse, man.
How does that even happen? Are you sleeping?
No, nope, nope. Not really
Oh,
sleeping,
so we could be talking more, is what you're saying.
man. There was a moment, like there was a moment where I had this idea because it was last night. I like woke up and I was just pondering life in all of the things.
Mhm.
And then I was like, I should just call Javon and be like, just like hop online and just be like, all right, everyone, which is just
Yeah,
middle of the
dude.
night version.
I would have
Like,
done it easily. I
yeah, but you
was,
never,
huh,
and no one, you never really know if the other person's like awake. So that's why I was like, I don't know.
bro.
I don't
You
want to, if
know
he's,
I'm an insomniac. It's bad.
all right,
So
well,
he would
tonight,
be up. My average on my Whoop band here is like 4 hours 29 minutes.
that's, I mean, we're going to die early. I
No,
mean, we're,
yo, golly,
I'm just,
it's just bro
I'm
said
just
out the
saying,
gate, yo.
like
We out
I,
this bitch
we just
real
gotta
quick.
call, like, there's, we can't keep, like, there's people that like blatantly abuse their bodies more than you and I do that are probably gonna outlive us just because of the sleeping thing.
I
Like,
used to abuse the shit out of my body, dude. That's why I am the way I am right now. As a matter of fact,
that's how I ended up here.
bro, the amount of falls and shit, or like fights that I've had with animals, farm animals, guys. It be like that sometimes. Okay,
All right,
don't come after you, boy. Mating season is a rough time for everyone. So,
man, goats and sheep when that comes around, those
and the thing
they
is, you're
don't
fighting
play.
them off,
Like,
and they got piss on their chins and whatnot, because
yeah,
that's what they do. And
yeah.
I'm like,
Hey, lady,
fucking
have you seen
Arlo,
my? Yeah, he's
bro.
got a name like
Arlo
a
used to get
sweater.
on my nerves, and then Socks was the other one. Socks was this. He was like 200, big old black and brown
Yo,
coat. And when I
oh,
tell you, he didn't like you messing with
oh.
his ladies during mating season. I'm like, bro, I gotta separate them out so they can get fed because you're on some
Yeah.
testosterone. You heavy in there, so chill out. When I tell you, bro, not to be obscene, but it's about to
Mm-mm.
be obscene. Nearly touching the ground. Nearly
No.
touching the ground. I'm not playing with you. When I tell you that
Do
it's
your thing,
hitting
tang
his
low. Did
leg,
they wobble
he's
to it?
they wobbled to the floor, bro. I'm telling you. So when they get upset and you see them like doing the little patting on the ground thing, I'm
Mm-mm.
like, all right, bro, let's get into it. So he
Mm-mm.
charges because he's all of 7 feet away. I take him headlock style. And I heave them off. I heaved them like I hey man. I said, get off me. And he had to go trot away, just upset. He's like, in front of my girls, bro. In front of my girls.
You did me dirty. You're not
He
even you're
came
not
at me
even a goat.
first.
You don't even want them like that. You had to come on.
Bro, I'm telling you, I'm just trying to feed your ladies, and you out here on some wildness. But Arlo was big. Arlo had big old horns, and okay, you can't toss him. So you get him locked up, and then you drive him down because you got to defend yourself. My mom
Say
used to work
say
at the
Uncle
same.
Arlo. Say Uncle. Like
Right? Actually, I mean, it's essentially that. Like, wait until they submit, call it a day. Because they'll
yeah.
trot off like all disappointed and whatnot. It was like, yo, first of all, I do headbutts. You out here grappling. That's not even fair. That's not my
Yeah.
style.
That's not how we do this out here.
Bro, it's MMA out here. You can get it all.
Yeah.
But, bro, he bust my mom in the leg because he was on some
Oh.
wildness. Yeah.
Oh.
She worked at the same farm as me, and she was feeding just because it was a weird morning for us. We had the babies to tend to, so she was taking
Mhm.
care of the other ones real quick, and hopped in there. Not only did he get my mom, he got my sister too. And my
Oh.
sister, she was down for the count for like a good week or so. Yeah, it was. So you gotta
Mm-mm.
be out there protecting yourself.
Oh yeah. I no. Well, if I have a sleeping event like tonight, I'll just call you. Well, I'm not going to be sleeping because I'm going to be driving.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Bam, out to Seattle.
Goodness. How long is
Hmm.
your trip?
It'll be about 2 weeks just because we're driving out there.
Mm-hmm.
Because flying and trying to bring camping gear, like, ain't nobody got time for that. Also, Delta, ain't nobody got time for you. Still, you
Facts,
guys,
bro.
you guys got some stuff to figure out. No.
Microsoft apparently said that they were trying to help, and Delta was saying, "No, we got it." Like, if you don't get this help right now,
Nah, no,
they said, "No,
nope.
we will figure it out." Like a stubborn toddler.
I
Yo,
don't want any help. I could do it myself.
America, I'm just saying, as much as I've flown Delta, they don't need a bailout after this.
Mm.
Let it rock.
Can't
Cause
like
hmm,
I'm just. Did you see the? So Tim Walz is the VP now,
I do.
right? Did you see that? Like that came on the heels of like the Minnesota like unemployment benefits being like, "Hi, our bad. We didn't check in with people during COVID whether or not they were unemployed, so we may or may not have like given like $400 million to people and didn't check if they were actually unemployed."
Oh, so people were getting
Uh,
double dips.
Dude, when you're talking about like people like Delta getting a bailout, like there's moments where I'm just like there's some people out here doing the right thing, and people are like, no, no, no help for you. And then you got people out here like, I'm not working because I'm working under the table. and they're
Facts. That money's good.
and we're just like, oops, I lost $400 million. And
Bro,
then
but that same time, apparently they had like 9 billion plus surplus. What
right,
happened with
but
that?
just that up in smoke.
They just stopped talking about it one day, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
maybe they'll forget. Hush, media,
Yeah.
hush.
Just shh. But the amazing thing is though, like the amount of things that happen in our world, but there's so much chaos that we just like mosey on by, and then someone's like, remember that thing? Then everyone's like, oh yeah,
We were
that
supposed to get
happened.
paid from that, huh? Jill and
Oh.
I still talk about it. We talked about it yesterday.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Did you really?
That shit you not. Yeah, we
Oh
still
man.
never got that check. Bogus. I think I've talked shit about it like 3 or 4 times on this show. Like,
I I don't think I did either. And I was a therapist through COVID, and like apparently
same with Jill.
yeah, you were supposed to get like some different benefits and things, and I was like, hey, like people, what?
Oh, yeah, no, we did get shysted. A lot of us, like good folks out here, they said fuck off. I said, you know what? Well, I put my time in.
Yep.
Your records show I put my time in, and you said no.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fuck off. Well,
Mm-hmm. It makes me want to be like, fine, then I'm going on strike. All right, all the good law-abiding citizens, we're all going on strike. We're gonna form a new union called Nice People
you know,
Union.
you know
And
good and well, we're too much of people pleasers. We'll be back.
oh, don't. It's true.
I know it's bad
I I can't even threaten you. I
because they know
don't
it's
make
not gonna
don't
happen.
make me.
They know we care.
It does feel like it. They're like, nah, we both know you aren't gonna play that game out here. You got
They do the same
morals, you
thing
got
with
ethics,
teachers.
you got yeah, just no.
I'm out here gulping in
No.
the mic and stuff. Just ASMR. A gulp.
No, no, no,
But
no.
it's not even like doing the actual thing. It's just saying the word. A gulp.
It just sound no, it sounds so weird. No.
I'm trying to
Also,
think of another one. What's another
I'm not in a good headspace for this today. I'm just
for
I
ASMR?
no, there's my filter on appropriate things is dangerously low.
Okay, let's get into the
It's
topics.
no,
Hold on. We
no,
got okay, let's get
no.
into it. So I posed a couple topics and we'll pick from them
Big
because
ones.
it sounds like you're gonna be spicy today, and I like this. I like this.
It's not good.
Arrogance in the mental health field.
Hmm.
Yeah, let's talk about it. This is not. I don't think this is gonna be very kind to the masses of your people.
Your people.
I'm not.
You
I'm
can't.
not there yet.
What
Eh,
is?
listen, because I dip a toe in from time to time. Does I'm not there. I just gonna hang
You,
out a little bit.
no, no. You're here.
No, I just be
You're
chilling.
one of the
Like
crew. You're one of the
I'm the
crew.
guy in the corner that's just be like, "Ooh, who is that guy? He seems all right." And then I just dip off. I'm like, "Where'd he go?"
The moment it gets weird, you're like,
I'm like,
I'm out.
see, that's that thing I don't like. So arrogance. Jill and I were talking about it the other day. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna out no groups or nothing, but there are groups of you people who go online and talk about certain manners of your field while you're sitting on a high horse. And you don't want people to learn certain things because they're supposed to learn it in school, like you did. I have some news for you. Fuck off. Wholeheartedly eat a bag of dicks.
Back to it. I was really hoping that was a one episode thing.
I'm not gonna go into detail because I already did.
Eat a
Just
27-pound, 4
oh, that's
ounce.
math. That's math. I'm not doing that. uh like where do you get off? We were talking about like one of the instances of like EMDR and the idea of tapping sound or extension music, visual cues. uh, Man, last I knew, that's something people have been doing for millennia. Medicine men, shamans, medicine women been doing that all this time, and people have openly admitted this is kind of where it comes from. I'm like, where do you get off just because it's Western medicine to say no? Now you got to learn this particular thing in school. The amount that you guys hate life coaches, yes, on it should be a team effort, which goes into another point that I have of burnout. All you motherfuckers are burnt out and you don't want no help. We should be
Ha.
helping the people who are wanting to be life coaches with more simple tasks that you have to deal with, offloading that onto them. That way you guys can focus on the more heavy tasks and then further down the progressive line. Why are you not thinking with your brains? Why are you not thinking with your brains? What's wrong with y'all? You guys preach on a daily basis that we have to get through these things with people in our life and like use and assist others with our goals. Why are you not doing this? You're all burnt out. What's the problem? I have more. I have more. You just letting me go with it?
Oh yeah, yeah.
All right. The idea in which you guys, especially in the burnout tip, you tell people, you preach to people all the time, you have to take time for yourself. You have to take time for yourself. Do this, that, and the third so you don't come to this point. Yet 70% of you are burnt out, if not 85. When you know better, you're supposed to do better. Why can't you understand these simple concepts that you teach people all the time? Literally, some of you every day. Yet you can't do it for yourself.
Mhm.
You sound idiotic, and it gets on my nerves. It gets on my nerves. It's like seeing a doctor smoking cigarettes where he's telling you, yeah, you shouldn't smoke cigarettes. What are you doing right now?
Mhm.
But just because you work in a hospital, it seems to be okay.
Mhm.
Eat shit.
Yep.
I don't understand you. And that's bro, I want to do a conference where I'm essentially just bitching out the entire crowd because what the hell is wrong with you
Like,
guys? Seriously, what's wrong with you guys? I don't understand. Where do you get off?
I don't know. I the lengths that people will go to, humans in general, will go to point the finger at everyone else except in the mirror is astounding. Like, so for my supervisees,
Mhm.
like we'll talk about self as a therapist stuff that we run into, right? But we'll also talk about this dynamic where it's called isomorphism, and this idea that there can be almost parallel processes that a client is going through and the therapist.
Mhm.
And you have to be aware of it, especially if you're sitting there like, now let's talk about self-care. And we're like,
I'm gonna sit with a
now.
mirror right here.
Yeah.
It's like,
And it's
let's.
but I think having a humility
Mhm.
it to really engage in that process, like I don't know how many times in my career, especially starting out, like as you're kind of growing as a therapist, you're trying to figure out how to, what the craft and profession is like. The amount of times where someone would be like, "What do you think I should do?" And I'd be like, "This," and then I would hear it and I'd be like, "Ah, well, technically, what I said is true." And unless I don't actually do something with that, I am now a hypocrite. And
Exactly.
when you're in that space, it's a really tricky thing to some people to learn how to have that humility. And I think if you don't have that humility, there's a question for me of like, do you have the space to be humble in that way? Which is also not a friendly conversation because like go to someone and you're like, hey, do you have a space to be like loved and flawed all at the same time so you can like work on your stuff? If they're like, oh, I do not, and you're like, cool, cool, cool. So when you're helping people as like a relational therapist and you don't have a safe, healthy, that's awkward. That's a real tough pill to swallow. And so,
Swallow it.
well, it's true.
It's
Like
a
it,
horse pill, but fucking take it down.
yeah. But but I think that is part of the process of it in fighting back against the arrogance.
Oh
And the
yeah.
reality, like the reality is, if you're a therapist, like myself included, and Jovan and Jovan too, because
Whoa,
he's headed that
whoa,
direction.
whoa.
Yep, yep.
Hey,
He's there. He's
chill out. Nah,
uh-uh.
nah. See, because I just gave a whole speech from
Mm-mm.
outside saying, fuck you guys. I just said fuck the establishment from outside, not inside.
Yep.
I'm outside.
Nope.
No,
You can't change it from the outside. If you want it to change, you got to change it from the inside.
yeah. And that was part of our conversation, and it got me upset.
Yep.
Because I said I'm gonna have the only way that I'm gonna be able to get this message across for real is if I join the group just to say fuck you guys.
Yeah, except you know that you can't do that because the only way to do it is actually to join it and model it, which means you have to be humble and actually
I
walk it
can
out and
I
be
can
like,
do that, but I don't
I
want to.
can't. I mean, that's facts though. Like
Oh,
I can do, I just don't wanna.
bro,
Like,
I be and it pisses me off sometimes because I'd be so heavy on that. I literally could do that, but I don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
It's an air of laziness about myself that's always been there, and it does get on my nerves. I really I hate that about myself because there's been so many things that I could have done. Fucking debate team leader, lawyer, could have been in medicine, psychiatry or
You,
psychology, any form of counseling, kids, teaching.
dude, I'm just saying,
Just
like,
ugh,
there's a
I
wealth of
could.
things you could have done.
I just.
I, if you went to the legal side, you would have been terrifying. Cause, like, I'm just saying that switch when it gets flipped of like when the banter and the debate, because a lawyer, I mean, my apologies to, you know, the
No
legal,
apologies. You guys are just as
well,
arrogant and it gets on my nerves too. Fuck off. All that I'm saying is arrogant, and I'm like, but again, you gotta be in it to fight it. Bro, I'm like, you gotta have
hmm
somebody that's a little contentious.
yeah, you're, I'm just saying that that would have been a terrifying thing to see that just because you have a mode,
Prosecution. Oh,
you have a mode where it's like, I don't even believe what I'm saying, but by golly, it's gonna be so convincing. I don't even
as
agree
long
with it.
as it sounds good.
Mm-hmm. Like,
That's
just
all. That's really all it is. Is do I sound good enough saying it? Can I convince you just off of my mystique alone? You know,
mystique.
I have a certain fervor, if you
Yeah.
will.
But the back to the whole arrogance thing, I think
Arrogance.
it is, especially as a therapist, like I I think as a field, there needs to be a massive audit on the personal work that we all need to do just to be like, let's walk this thing out. And like, here's what I'm working on. Here's what you're working on. And just practicing the unconditional care and acceptance of like the struggle that life is sometimes.
There's
It's
not
not
enough therapists in therapy.
true.
I've just learned that from my own personal experiences. There's not enough therapists in therapy, and there needs to be more. Just like there's not enough lawyers in therapy and not enough doctors. All of these professions that take on a lot of personal interaction and information, bro, you guys have to unload that. Lawyers talking about like especially divorce and whatnot and all the arguments that they hear, and it's like, bro, most of them don't want to be married
Yep.
after that. It's like, why would you want to? And same with
Mm-mm.
doctors and the traumas that they see on a daily basis, all forms. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like you have to unload that. And to think that
Oh,
you
true.
don't, stupid. Like what?
Mm-hmm.
You guys are smarter than that. I just want you to use your
Are
brains.
are we? I mean, if we're not doing it,
I'm a,
are we
some
actually smart?
no. Well, you become foolish if you know it and don't do it. You become foolish and ignorant. Ignorant being that of you're conscious of ignoring something.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like just by proxy. Like no,
Yeah.
ignorant is intention, and that's most of the field. Like
I said,
it's you got to break down the words, dude. What do these words actually
yeah,
mean?
true. I just had flashbacks to the old South Park, like Michael Jackson episode where he was like, "That's ignorance."
That's ignorant. Don't say that. That's ignorant. You know, say the village. Don't say that. That's ignorant.
He does it all the time.
Oh my goodness, that was funny.
I just sit out. We should just try it for like a whole
Doing that
day.
voice the whole.
No, just when people bring stuff up, just be like, "Oh, that's ignorant."
Don't say that. That's ignorant, bro. Go to a rally and they just going off spouting stuff. Nah, don't say that. That's so ignorant. And then go
uh,
back to my regular voice when I'm debating.
yeah, and then just like snap back
Just
out of it.
regular. It's just,
Like
I'd be
what?
like, what's wrong
What
with
is?
you? What is
What's?
this?
What are you doing?
Don't be ignorant.
Just, I'm not gonna lie, you have the voice down perfectly,
Bro, I haven't seen that episode in ages. Ages.
man. It was not something we were allowed to watch,
Same.
but as far as like,
I snuck it
and
sometimes.
yeah, as far as something that was comedic gold for social commentary, they like killed it.
They
Oh,
do. I mean, they still do. It's a big old caricature of the world.
well, I think that's what comedy allows you to do sometimes is to like look in that mirror and
Yeah.
just like chuckle at it and then also be like, but we should probably deal with that thing. Like,
Right. It does incite initiatives and whatnot because it's like you're just thinking about it. It's like, huh. Hmm.
hmm
And Dave Chappelle has a really good handle on that. I know some people
hmm
don't like him, but I mean, the way he brings up the conversation, it's kind of a match.
hmm
But I have a final piece to this whole arrogance thing.
All right.
And this is it's more for people in general, but it for your group too. It's the conversation of grace being forgotten for oneself
Mm.
and how far you have come in whatever mission that you're on and recognizing that it's so overlooked. And
hmm
I made a reel about it the other day because I had a conversation and
I
it
saw
really
that.
made me
I
think.
saw it. It was good.
It made me reflect on myself and the situation. I'll be honest, it was one of those things where in the moment I something came to me and it said, now you'll say this and it's not just for you or it's not just for him, it's for you too. So listen.
Hmm.
So then I started speaking and going over it and it all just so yeah, I don't cut myself enough slack. I don't have enough forgiveness for myself and in my situations and reflecting on I have come a long way. Why am I so hard on myself, you know? And that goes for you guys in the field too. It's like, bro, you do a lot and you take on a
hmm
lot. Give yourself a little grace and space for your own mental health, you know?
Yep.
You can't forget yourself in helping. Um it was it's the idea of being a hypocrite while managing others. It's like you're sitting there sick while helping someone with a
hmm
sickness, and where are you at the end? Still sick.
hmm Yeah.
Now they're recuperated, and you're just dragging along even worse than you
hmm
were before. So
hmm
make yourself better, and then help other people get better, and now both of you are better.
Yeah. You know the group of people that I think should be like the warning sign to everyone else around
Hmm.
the planet of like you got to deal with your stuff and make sure like you're dealing with it before you jump in to help other people out.
So
Religious leaders.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, they're higher on that totem pole for sure.
well, I don't think that they're like terrible. I'm just saying like
Mm.
you look at like well, don't we're going the grace like remember? Like come
Right.
on
Yeah. Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Come
Right. Right.
on.
Right.
Come on.
Right. 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 Right.
I'm why the two hands? What what what's what was that? This is the Donald does the Donald if I ever saw it.
No, it's like old lady just or white woman on the bay window seat in the wintertime. Just
No, dude, you know that Donald Trump drinks that way, remember?
Bro, I don't
He
give up
he he
about him. I don't talk
he
about him in my
does.
daily life like that. Although this guy went, ooh, Schuler Packer is my man. Get him off the stage. That's the
Yeah,
grace that I have for him. I'm like, bro, after a certain point, come on,
you gotta get the cane to like.
give give him the red light like in comedy. And another
Yeah,
thing I said, no, like,
yeah.
time to
Just
go.
no,
Click it.
no. The whole get out, get out. Just, just no. The religious leader thing is just it's amazing how it's the stuff that they're like, yeah, this started as like a kid. And you're like, you didn't
Like
want
how
to maybe address that, and they're like, I thought I did, but then I
they
didn't, and then it like just like ruined my whole life.
in
So
that regard, they used a misrepresentation of the word, and that's why they're still stuck there. Because it's like you think it's just pray, 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 but there's work that comes along with it,
mm,
and there's other information that he tells you, like, hey, go to the doctor. I made people intelligent for a reason. Like, go
mhm.
see someone. And they're like, nah, I'm gonna keep praying and call it a day. I should be good. Like, bro,
Yeah.
I'm sending you messages.
Mm-hmm.
And again, they need just as much help as every other profession that I've
Mm-hmm.
listed today.
Well,
You
that's
got a
why.
lot of people just leading each other with broken tethers. Like, it's like, where are we
Right.
going for real?
Yeah. Well, I think that's why your idea of like some sort of how do you describe it? Like some sort of speaking engagement or something to
Conference.
like
Yeah.
a conference to
I
I
will
think there's
motivationally tear them down.
but I think at the same time I'm motivationally tear them down. I think there's a moment just to go like, all right, everyone in this room, there's no hierarchy. Like we gotta sit with it. We are all the same. We're all struggling out here. And
All in.
unfortunately, we need each other. So I need you, you need me. Let's work on it together.
Circular what?
Causality.
There you go.
Mhm.
That's the thing, is the accountability and all of it that we all play a
Mhm.
part in. Well, not me because I'm not in there, but you know
Oh, I,
that all you guys play a
I
part in.
like how you keep trying to remove yourself from the equation, but
Bro,
you're a part
I'm
of
about
it.
out the door. Your boy, it's time to clock out.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's
No.
time to. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I need to be in there. I see it. Listen, I see it. And I'm
Hmm.
trying not to be arrogant about it, like myself. I'm not trying to get too full of myself over it, but these are major structures in your field that need to topple.
Hmm.
It's ridiculous. And I don't understand why no one's really saying it. There's no big voice that I've seen in the mental health side of like social media that's blasting this narrative that
No.
we fucking suck. Not me. Again, not me. I'm not included in the we, but
Oh.
figuratively. I don't want you thinking no type of way. So
Uh, oh. Okay.
I don't like your face. It's so punchable right now.
Just.
It's so punchable.
Oh.
Oh, I don't have much outside of that for real this week. I had a bunch of shots in my head and now I'm, a little dizzy. I didn't even tell the story. I got on here and didn't even tell the story.
That's true.
Bro, I had PT on Monday. Here's how messed up I was. I had PT on Monday. That made me dizzy, but it wasn't so dizzy that I couldn't do work. But I then ended up cleaning my house for like a good 4 hours, dusting and sweeping and mopping and vacuuming, all that stuff. I'm just scrubbing the house. So then I'm like overexerted by that point. And then what did I do Tuesday? Tuesday was another busy day where I was in San Diego for my appointment. Where I got a bunch of shots in my head and some lidocaine patches and some prednisone. Yeah, they loaded me up with stuff this time. Like, he's like, here's your gift bag. Go ahead and take this.
It's like when you go to the dentist or something. Like,
Yeah, like this
ooh.
little baggie of stuff. I'm like, yeah, I came out with fucking prednisone, big old patches. You see one on my neck right now. Supposed to wear it for like up to 12 hours or something.
For real? 12 hours?
Yeah, because they're typically like 6 or 8 for the regular stuff, but this one's
Mm.
12 hours. And then after that, so we excuse me, ended up going to the beach down there after grabbing some Don Pachos tacos. Get it over there. It's delicious. I don't know why
Don
my
Pachos?
Don Pachos. When I tell you it's the best taco stand I've had yet.
Hmm.
Delicious. Not overly greasy on their meats and whatnot. Good seasoning. Uh, they do it pretty basic with cilantro and onion on top. You can ask for
Ooh.
pico on the side or some stuff. They give you a green and red sauce. It's so good. I got two. Jill got one. I got two. But then I ended up having to share some because she was like, I want some more dinner.
Dude, we went to a concert some in central Minnesota.
Mhm.
And food trucks generally I will have all the time because overwhelmingly they like know what they're doing.
Mhm.
But this was like a white people food truck. And the amount of disappointment I felt
Mhm.
from what I thought was going to happen when they were like, "You want some tacos?" And I was like, "Oh yeah,
Yes, sir.
I'm ready for this."
Yes, sir. Over here, like,
Not a spice on that meat,
no.
not a salsa, no onion, no pico, no tomato, no nothing.
Wait, was
It
it?
was shredded chicken with shredded cheese that I'm pretty sure was like unflavored on a regular, like
Flavored cheese.
just,
It
yeah.
wasn't unflavored cheese. No. All cheese has some sort of flavor. Just
No, I mean, like, it was just like a bland, it wasn't like a sharp
no.
cheddar.
Oh yeah,
It
no
was
sharp,
like,
no extra sharp.
it was just like, okay, so technically this is cheese, but there's like nothing to it. There's
This is
like,
like Kobe.
yeah.
Kobe's pretty bland.
But I was like, when I hear you talk about like the food you get to eat there, I'm like, man, I'm stuck in white people land where they're like, hey,
I'm,
man,
you gotta
you
pull
gotta
up.
try this.
Bro, I'm telling you, you got to pull up. I already put it on the internet. I was talking to Walt the other day, and he's like, "Yeah, I remember you saying that." I was like, "So you did hear it? Nice.
Mhm.
It's on the internet. You got to come see me." I'm thinking December, January. That should be another good time.
Oh, that's a perfect time to get out there.
It is. It's gonna be beautiful out, and you won't have
I
to deal with snow. You can see snow on the mountaintops. I have to
like
deal with
from a
it.
nice ways away.
Yeah. I'm telling you, pull up on your boy. I got space. Or there's a casino across the street. We can stay in there. Kind of party it up.
Dude, casinos
Uh
are depressing to me.
we go in there for like maybe an hour. It's just we'll spend like 20, $30 each. I don't know.
Mm.
Jill be getting money. She
What? For
she be
real?
getting money. All we do is slots, and she be get. So for some reason, she be hitting
On slots?
on slot, bro. I'm telling. She get a little drink in her hand, and she just be click. What's that? And I'd be like, "Yo, you out here making that money? I'm over here click, click." I'm
I'm not about
gonna
that.
just pull my card out because I don't like losing too much. I'm a switch after a couple.
That's annoying. I mean, good for her. but that's annoying because like slots, I feel like is one of those things where in my head is always like a movie clip of them being like, "Oh, I won!" And every
Yeah.
time I've ever played slots, it's just been like, "Oh, look, more money gone, and then more money gone." And
I've
I'm not
the,
like,
I've only won like one like come home positive like one day. Like other than that, they were just flat out. I'm like, I don't do the negatives. We're not doing
mm-mm,
that. I don't like
no,
gambling that much, but from time to time, just a little pop in there with a drink just to step out. I can't
yeah,
do it now because she's all preggers.
that's true.
Lab.
I will say I like playing poker,
Oh, do
and
you?
especially as
Well, you
a
know
per.
what? I'm not surprised by that. You drink whiskey. I drink whiskey. I love whiskey. Whiskey's a
I
good
mean,
time. I'm picking
whiskey's
some
a
up from
good time.
I'm picking some up from Costco today. They
What do
got
they
some.
have there though?
I don't know. I
Like,
saw some ad for one that said it's a contender for like it's comparable to one of America's best. So I don't know. One of my
hmm,
favorites is Uncle Nearest though. If you haven't had it, please do.
hmm,
It's the company was started by the family of the person that taught Jack Daniels how to become a
oh,
whiskey maker. He was a slave term free man, worked at this distillery, got so like went from bottom up, became a master distiller, taught Jack Daniels. Uncle Nearest was his name.
hmm.
Some Uncle Nearest Green or something like that. But yeah, good little backstory. Delicious beverage.
Huh.
They've got one styled after a couple different years. Um, and they got a new rye one that I have to try.
All right,
Gotta order
I'll have
it.
to check it out.
You can find it at Coburn's Liquor.
Really,
It's toward the back.
you should like text me the name of it.
Okay, I'll do
Just
that.
so I,
Yeah, I'll do.
it's.
I'll send you the website so you can see
hmm.
it because you like history and stuff.
I love history stuff.
Jill and I were talking about you when it comes to that. She was like, "Yeah, he really tries to stump you with some stuff, and he has a hard time doing it." But I'm like, we like a lot of the same stuff, so it just ends up matching up that way. That
Yeah,
I might have learned something about that. But I'm like, you do have more history buff knowledge, so I'm like, maybe throw those around. Maybe hit us with a how old were you from I don't know
I
Martin
will
Luther.
say the one of the proudest moments I think I've ever had was the stumping you in the Martin Luther King Jr. name uh moment.
I forgot about that actually.
Yeah. Fun fact for everyone, Martin Luther King Jr., Martin Luther, is not his original name.
I had heard that it wasn't his original name, but I didn't know his name. So,
Hmm.
also he was a notorious adulterer as well.
Is that just what J. Edgar Hoover wanted to everyone to know?
No, I think there's been plenty of stories that have come out post from other people. Yeah, he's a good
Oh,
man
yeah.
still, for the most part. It all depends. I don't know. I don't know their situation. I don't know what they were into, whatever. So I'm not gonna call it nothing outside.
Yeah.
But yeah, shit. Just goes back to my bit earlier for my advice. Just bro, remember how far you come, and go check out my reel. It'll be on there. I don't feel like explaining it again.
It was good. Like it was it was a really solid message.
I felt good about it. You
Yeah.
did, but that's whatever.
Are we getting shadow banned? Because they're like, no, you guys are too positive. We need people depressed and to stay on this platform.
I
Get out of here.
kinda, like
Like,
kinda.
and we just lost an antitrust lawsuit. Like,
Yeah. So I mean, it's one of those things. I'm not too worried about it. I still like doing this. It blew up on Facebook though. I did like that. So um,
Sweet.
I just put an ad on it to push it out there a little bit more because it was already doing well. So yeah.
Sweet.
Um, so I'm gonna one thing I'm gonna be doing here is I'm gonna pre-make the patches like how I brought one out to you, and
This
then
one.
I think I'm gonna do it in a fashion where people can just
Bam.
pick one up for let's say $3, and I'll send you a wristband as well with it.
Sweet.
Wristies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That way you can put it on whatever type of shirt you want. It's an iron on, and just make sure you flip it inside out. I'll have instructions when that happens. Outside of that, anything else, Brandon?
Nah.
All right then. Peace and love, y'all. I'll see you next time.